What's up, everyone? Welcome to After Hours Arcade Podcast. I'm your host, BTG Plays, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nick and Lily. What's going on, y'all?
What's happening?
Hello. All right, as we were just talking about, I just got bit by something from somewhere, and it's like bro, this thing's swelling up, bro. I might die.
Oh, no.
I got the camera. I'm telling you.
This is so wild. Like, I didn't feel nothing.
Are you allergic to bug bites?
You know, fun fact. I gotta take one from Yano. I don't know, actually. I've never been stung by anything.
Wow.
I have been bit by a spider before, though, and that didn't kill me, but it did put like a hole in my side. It was pretty crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was like a hole in my.
He took it personal.
It was like a hole in my side, probably like this big.
Jeez.
And I was like, well, that's weird. But yeah.
Did you see a doctor?
You know, back then, health insurance, well, shoot, even now, families didn't have that thing. We kind of just drank ginger ale.
Great question. Was it a brown recluse? Brown recluse?
If it was, he wouldn't be here.
You know what? Good point.
Actually, to be honest, I think it was a brown recluse because it kind of actually destroyed the flesh that was there, and like a real G. When I seen like the flesh was dying, I just like ripped it out, and that's why there was a hole, and it was the most painful thing ever. And I was like, dang, I think I did get bit by a brown recluse, but I was able to stop the
ginger ale on that joint and said, I'm good.
Yeah, it was wild. That was, dang, memories. It was so weird. All right, anyways, we got a really good show for you guys. Plenty of stories. We didn't do anything last week because the draft, NFL draft was next week, and I was tuned into that, so I was really locked in. You got NBA playoffs, but yeah, what have you guys been up to?
Lily?
Work. And more work. And a little bit of gameplay. And finally add another piece to my computer that I'm building.
Ooh.
That's
what
more
is
work.
Oh, and then more work.
Yeah, I got to do a whole lot of OT, man. I got a lot of stuff to pay for.
Bro, this is crazy, guys. Can y'all see this?
You're showing it again?
Somebody tell me what I got bit by, please, because I don't want to die on stream.
Arachnopia.
Just don't look up on WebMD. Then you'll be fine.
I did major self-surgery, but that wasn't anything anyway. Oh my God, it was that.
Anyway, NFL draft.
It's funny because that moment sticks with you because that pain when I did it was so bad. Like I can remember it. Like I was just like, but I feel like I really have to get this out of here. Like, so let me just do this.
And we were kids. We did a lot of dumb shit. Like, oh, what is it? Yank. Oh, just like when I was a kid, I jumped out of a swing and landed in glass. And my cousin was like, if you don't bleed on grandma's floor, I'll buy you something off the truck. Bet. Guess what? I was cut up, but I got something off the ice cream truck. I patched myself up real good.
Tanu gets it. I made the right call. See, 80s babies, 90s, we had to make these calls or we wouldn't be here today.
Right. Drinking out the hose.
Left and right. Yo, we did. Can't do that now.
No, yeah. When I think about that, and I think about my kids, I'd be like, God, they will never have to risk their lives as much as I did growing up. Ever. Oh man. But with that, we're gonna get ready to start the show. We're always looking for ways to engage our listeners, so we'd love to hear from you. What topics you'd like us to cover on the podcast? What games do you want to hear more about? If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or on our social media pages, because this is After Hours Arcade, where gamers discuss gamer things every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/AfterHoursArcade. And if you don't want to watch live, you can always catch us later on Spotify. They have the videos on demand with the podcast there. And remember, if you like the show ad-free, please hit that sub button. It definitely helps us. Is there any housekeeping before we get started here?
Ooh, Mother's Day's coming up soon.
Mother's
So
Day.
happy Mother's Day to all our mothers out there. Lily, we're looking at you.
I gotta work, so
She said,
I gotta work.
You should request the day off with pay, but they can't take your PTS.
My PTS. I have PTSD, but nah, I'm saving up my leave for my vacations with S. So I don't mind. I worked last time.
oh.
He said, "Fuck it, I don't give a shit."
Deal. Yeah, it's just another day.
Just another day. No, it's not. It's Mother's Day. None of us would be here without them.
Facts. Big facts.
Yeah, we had to shit out you big-headed bastards.
God damn, what?
Love you with love.
How did this turn so violent so quick? Yeah. All right, with that, we're gonna
who you're friends with.
We're gonna go to story number 1. And the story number 1 comes from Automaton. PS5 and Xbox largely unpopular with Gen Z in Japan, survey shows. A 2023 survey on gaming habits of Japanese youth have recently garnered attention on social media, as it indicates that a majority of Gen Z do not own or use a PS5 or Xbox. The report published that Shibuya 109 Entertainment compiles data obtained through web surveys, interviews conducted about 700 Gen Z individuals aged 15 to 24 years old. According to the data, 80% of Gen Z individuals in Japan play video games, 44.9% of whom play every day and spend an average of 100 minutes a day gaming. As for their gaming devices of choice, the top 5 answers reveal a significant preference for handhelds and the PC. Mobiles 94%, Nintendo Switch 38%, PC 33%, tablet 26%, and DS 12%. Based on this, it would seem that Xbox and PS5 are less represented among Japanese gamers. What are your thoughts? I think I got a few.
DS.
I mean, it's very popular.
DS is probably the most sold console in Nintendo history.
Yep.
I know, but I didn't think it was still popping like that in 2024.
And it has the largest Nintendo library. So if you like Nintendo, not even just Nintendo games, but handheld games, the DS is the place to go. I mean, you got to imagine we had the DS, the DS Lite, 3DS, the new 3DS. Like, it was like 7 versions of the
Tons
DS.
of them. And did they just close the store, the Nintendo shop?
They just closed the DS store, which is crazy. Like, it's been around forever. I wish we could get that library legally.
I mean, it's emulators. Oh, sorry. No, do not go to emulators. I am not advising that.
No, but we did talk about this. We knew that the Gen Z are going to be playing most of their devices on mobile devices, handhelds. That's why the Switch is so high up on there, and we know PCs the other highest device on there. So, or device, tool or console to be on the list. So it just makes sense. 94%. That's a lot for mobile devices. I can't take away from the fact that more and more kids or people are going to be playing on their mobile devices.
So granted that this survey is in Japan, I kind of understand. Japan's always had like they've had an affinity to go for the handhelds because of small spacing with their apartments and stuff. But I wonder, like, here in the US, do you think it's the same for Gen Z? Is Gen Z actually, first off, is Gen Z 15 to 24 years old? Is that what it is right now? Because I have no idea.
But I gave up after us.
if that's the case, I feel like there's more factors than just that. Like, maybe it would kind of affect us in the US as well. I mean, you got to think about the economy and how expensive gaming has gotten. Like, at the age of 15 to 24, you're not really trying to spend $500 or $600 on a console.
So Gen Z is from born between 1997 to 2012, making them 11 between the ages of 11 and 26. That's
Okay.
Gen Z.
So yeah, they're just graduating out of college. If they are, they don't really have their careers established yet. Like, it kind of makes sense. Like, that the cheaper devices would be the places to go gaming. And with college students, you got to have a computer anyway. So why wouldn't you just build a gaming PC for homework and gaming?
Mm-hmm. It's the most powerful.
Yeah. I think it kind of makes sense and reflects the times that we're in. You know, if PS5 goes down to 300, maybe.
Is that why Xbox or Microsoft is working on a handheld device?
Yeah, I was about to say, before we go on to any other stories, because we missed so much last week. I just want to put all this stuff out. Xbox has got their new console. They're already working on it. PS5 Pro is already in the works, if already being tested. And we didn't even put this story on here because, like, it's like rumors, but it's not. Just more details about Switch 2. So apparently the Switch 2 is not going to have the Joy-Cons anymore. It's going to have its own controllers because apparently the Switch 2 is bigger, larger screen. And the craziest part is it's not going to have the rail system that it's going to be using magnetic suction to attach the controllers to the side. Yes, I said suction.
I have to pay it to put my controllers on.
You got to insert a coin just so it can. But no,
I'm done. I'm turning it back.
But it will still support by Bluetooth your older Joy-Con controllers. That was confirmed.
That was a part of it, along with the Pro controller. Is that what it's called? Is that what the Nintendo's controller is called? The Pro controller?
It is. It's all the way over there.
I
but
call
yes.
it drifties.
Drifties? No, the Pro controllers don't drift. The Joy-Cons do.
So very interesting in that aspect for sure. And yeah, I mean, any last thoughts on that before I move on to the next one?
We saw this coming. We know mobile gaming or cell phone and other handheld devices are really where the future is for gaming.
And now you got emulators on Apple.
So they're rolling out games on there, Resident Evil and stuff. So yeah.
All right, let's go on to story number 2. This comes from VGC. Helldivers 2 already ranks 7th in lifetime US dollar sales for Sony published games. That's according to research from Circana, which published its US games industry sales report for March of Wednesday. Helldivers 2, which topped February's sales chart and placed at number 2 in March's, is the best-selling premium game of the year so far based on dollar sales. It was knocked off the top spot on March's chart by Capcom's Dragon Dogma 2, which is the third best-selling game of 2024 so far, behind Helldivers 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Based on its performance in March alone, Dragon Dogma 2 has already surpassed the life-to-date tracked dollar sales of Dragon's Dogma and Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen combined, according to Circana Executive Director Matt Piscatella. Other new entries on March software sales chart include MLB The Show 24, at number 3, The Rise of the Ronin, or not The Rise of the Ronin. At number 5, Princess Peach Showtime. At number 6, Unicorn Overload. At number 8, and WWE 2K24 at number 9. While software and accessory sales both increased by 9% year over year in March, hardware sales were down by 32% compared to a year earlier. So yes, great news for Helldivers 2. I'm more interested in the fact that software and accessory sales increased by 9%, but hardware is down.
Yeah. Is that because we're getting, how every generation has it's on its way down? That's why they're working on releasing the next gen systems.
Maybe that could definitely be it. I think no, but like, this is good news for Helldivers. Arrowhead's doing a great job. and they're definitely showing the gaming industry that live service can be done. I mean, the right way. I have no complaints about Helldivers. Like, small team, of course we got bugs, but you can live with them, and you get updates literally every week, and they're showing that a live service game could actually have a life of its own, and people will be involved in it.
And it breathes a future into these independent studios, because a lot of people kind of saw the early trailers for Helldivers and wrote it off and said, "What is this?" And come to find out, they put out such a great title, you couldn't not hear it. Does that make sense? You couldn't
for sure. Not hear it. And the fact that this, I think you gotta remember with this story, it's the 7th in lifetime for Sony published games in general. Like, that's huge. That's pretty crazy. All right. Next story. The next story is this is from PC Gamer. Meta has spent $4.3 billion on its VR division in 3 months and made $440 million in return. Wait, what? Wait a minute. They spent $4.3 billion and made $440 million in return. Okay. VR is sometimes dismissed as a fad, with some seemingly desperate to ring death knell on virtual reality and its associated hardware at the earliest opportunity. While we're not so convinced, the latest financial report from Meta shows staggering expenses in regards to its VR headset and augmented reality division that are difficult to ignore. Meta's first quarter results of 2024 revealed that the Reality Labs, the company's business and research unit that develops and produces VR headsets like MetaQuest 3, made $440 million, a 30% increase attributed to Quest headset sales. Reality Labs' expenses, however, were an eye-watering $4.3 billion. This was actually down 1% year over year, as higher headcount-related expenses were more than offset by lapping inventory-related valuation adjust. All right, either the story is they spent a lot of money and they didn't make a lot of money back. Where do we sit with this? Where do you sit with VR, Lily and Yana?
Well, mine's is sitting. That's the best it's doing.
Why is it sitting?
I don't have much time to play, and then, I'm just waiting for folks to play Demia.
So would you say it's more so the games or the fact that you're not able to play with people?
I say it's a little bit of both. Like, I know, what was that game that came free? Asgard?
Oh, yeah.
Asgard?
Yes, Asgard. I am the protector of all ass. Hear me roar. No. But it was fun, but that's the only game I got motion sickness with, so I had to put that bitch down. I said, ooh, this room's spinning. But I'm sure it's fun games on there. It's just, I might just give it to my youngest. I don't know.
So I do hear that a lot. VR games makes me nauseous. That seems to be the common thing that I have heard so far. Do you think that if they fix the nauseous part of VR, would VR jump?
They already got that option.
They do?
Yeah, and like in Asgard, it asks, when you're going through the settings, like, are you nauseous when playing games, or are you motion sickness? And they actually fix the settings so you won't get sick while playing that particular game. Other games, I don't know, but at least with Asgard, you can fix it.
So you keep calling it. So
it is Asgard, ain't it?
It is, but it sounds
the wrath of Asgard. The wrath of Asgard.
Asgard.
Feel the wrath of the ass.
Asgards. Okay. I have a few thoughts on VR as a whole right now. I think the biggest thing with VR is, like, you had touched on this, that it's more fun with friends, right? Which also leads me to believe that this may also be a software issue, because there's not enough software that warrants me to want or give the effort to put my VR headset on and to enjoy it by myself. If we were, if somebody were to make like a full-blown AAA game that makes people want to put it on themselves, you'd bring more people into it. So I think that it's a more of a community type issue right now. Like people don't have the time to gather together and hop on and be like, well, get your headset on. And I talked about this months ago. There has to be an easier way for me to know, oh dang, my friends just logged on to VR, let me get on too. Like it's got to be an easier way, because if when we do it, we have to organize. We have to be like, hey, all right, make sure your headset's charged because we might be on for 3 hours. Make sure you're on at this time.
Make sure it's updated.
Make sure it's updated. It's a hassle,
man.
right?
The million times I keep telling folks, make sure you download the game, and that it's only 2 people.
And don't get me wrong, VR is fun. It's very enjoyable, but
it is.
We have to find a way to make it easier. And honestly, I think I think Apple and Meta need to kind of work together to bring this augmented reality and VR thing to fruition, because also at the same time, we don't want to be. I know we all thought growing up, like, we want to hop in VR and be like secluded from the world, but that's actually not we really don't. We want to be in VR and still be able to experience the things around us as well. True. I think they need to find that median to get it right. I mean, I think it's on the path, but it still makes me feel like VR is kind of at a plateau right now. We got to figure out, or they got to figure out what's going to bring it on to the next step or the next level where everybody's like, I have to have it.
Do you feel like the Apple Vision Pro has figured out how to make that spatial awareness and VR, bring those two together? It's just not at the price point for the majority of us.
I do believe that part. I think they've gotten they've gotten the functionality part and how it fits into your world. Now they just need the software to go along with it. And of course, the 3500 ain't for everybody. How do we make this for everybody? And that's why I was saying, like, Mark Zuckerberg and it's not Steve Jobs anymore. What's his name? The Apple guy right now. Yeah, that dude. they need to figure this out, because I think they'll do a better job of getting VR and AR into everybody's hands and actually making this a place where I hate to say it, where they can make money, but things have to make money in order for them to continue, right? When it comes to the business, and they need to figure that out, and maybe we'll get, Ready Player One day.
Ooh, yeah, yes day. And no at the the time, because the problems that came with that kind of world.
No, I definitely agree. But since we're talking about VR, there was a pretty interesting release trailer for a game that's coming out on VR, and I do want your thoughts on whether this is something that you would want to, or that would bring you into VR. Are you interested in it? Is this going to change anything for the landscape of VR? But yeah, let me check it out. Let me put it on here for y'all, because you'll see.
Is it Helldivers in VR?
I wish.
Oh, y'all would definitely be seasick.
Whoa.
Oh, it looks like I'm gonna be seasick on this too.
No. That rat looks real. Terrifying.
That rat must be selling drugs. Oh, that's just him being an exterminator?
Oh, mute.
You're muted.
teaser trailer for Batman Arkham Shadows. How do you feel about it?
It looks good.
Hey,
but if you're doing a lot of swinging,
if you're doing a lot of swinging,
you're gonna swing your ass right.
Early.
Make sure you play in the garage so you won't knock nothing over.
I guess this is cool. It sucks.
What? Really? Why does it suck?
Bro, then come on. This is actually an Arkham series game, and instead of us getting a full-blown game, we're getting a VR experience.
A little disappointing.
Like, come on. It is disappointing. I hope it's great. Don't get me wrong. I do hope it's great. Am I going to get it? Probably not. Not until I see what everybody else thinks. And that's the biggest thing about VR. People aren't going to jump in until they know what everybody else thinks about it.
Is that because
the gameplay of it?
True. That's where people we check out YouTubers and streamers to see if we want this game, so we don't spend our money and are disappointed with our purchase. However, I do want to say that what happened to the days? Is it because of Blockbusters? Blockbusters gone? The days where we would pick up a game, be super excited to get home and crack it open and play, and then find out whether or not we do or don't like our purchase simply by just beating the game and making our own assumptions and own judgment out of it.
Well, it's because you can't rent digital content, man.
They need to fix that. That needs to be fixed.
Once you got it. You just be mad.
So here's the thing,
unless you can return it.
That'll never be fixed because it doesn't bring in money. People get to try your games too much, and what's the point in them buying it, right? I think, dang, I had a thought and now I lost it.
Welcome to 30 Over Club.
Yeah,
230
for sure. No, it was why, because it had something to do with what Yena was saying about why do I think that, trying out games. I think the problem is because with VR software and games, more than often, you are disappointed with your purchase. You may be happy with it when you're using it, but in the long haul, you're disappointed in your purchase because you're like, well, at the end of the day, like, how often am I actually going to play it? You don't really get the time invested into it like you get from console games and PC games, and it's one. That's why I feel like there needs to be like a banger ass AAA game that people feel like, God, dog, this competes with playing on my PC or playing on my console. Like, this is legit story, and shoot, maybe it's a 40-hour experience, and you're like, geez, I want to get back to that. There's not too many experiences in VR where I'm like, I have to get back to it unless my friends are there. That's like the only reason that, like, Demo's great. Guess what? If my friends ain't there, I'm not doing it.
True. So, I tried playing it by myself with a random group of people. Demio is a tabletop kind of VR board game.
It's pretty much like it's like Dungeons and Dragons, pretty much.
Literally like Dungeons and Dragons.
You get to see everything happening, like, and you're surrounded around the table. You see your friends, like, bro, roll that shit.
The music makes it intense.
And then I be throwing the dice at whoever's playing with me at the little mask. Like, here you go. Boop, boop. I'm just being disrespectful on purpose.
It's a fun experience, but as BTG mentioned, if you're not playing with friends, if you're playing with random people, it's not that same level of experience. So yeah, I see where you're going with this. But Batman's going to be a VR single player game, right? So you can only experience it.
But is it going to be like, damn, this is like one of the best Batman games ever, or was this a Dave and Buster's experience that I spent some coins on, and all right, whatever. I'll see it when I see it. I'm not going back to finish it. Like,
I understand that reference, actually.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. All right, so let's move on to unless you guys got something to say, I'm gonna move on to the next story.
I want VR games to do, or VR in general to do well. But both of you brought up good points. Making sure it's charged. That's the other point. Making sure it stays up to date. Make sure your friends and family are able to play. That's the biggest points that's preventing a lot of us from getting on regularly.
Yep. Next story. Anime News Network, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Games Master / Apprentice trailer reviews new characters. Bandai Namco Entertainment America began streaming a new trailer on Tuesday for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, a new game in its Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi Arena Fighter franchise, and it reveals new characters through Master and Apprentice duos. Dang, I can't snooze this ad coming up. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's already playing for me. It's fine.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's playing on my screen.
This thing says 20 more seconds. Oh, it's in progress.
I got a mermaid eating fries.
I'm drinking. Cool. Newly announced playable characters include Gohan. Oh, actually, okay. Yeah, I'll say it. Newly announced playable characters include Gohan, Gohan Kid, Gohan Adult, Gohan Future Super Saiyan, Trunks Sword Super Saiyan, Videl, Beerus, Whis, and Master Roshi. The video also previews Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, and future forms of Android 17 and Android 18. Let's take a look at this new trailer that reveals new characters for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh.
It looks so good. I'm getting this game for sure.
So they're gonna fill out that grid they had before?
You saw it, you remember.
I remember
we need
that
to start you basics.
I don't really like fighting very much.
So let's start training. Maybe it'll be an actual challenge for me. Impressive.
Unbreakable bond. Mouth blast.
I'm not gonna go easy on you, Master Roshi.
This matchup really takes me back.
Can't let my students surpass me too quickly. What do you think? Oh, my training led to this. I'll show you that I'm no pushover. Lightning surprise.
I thought these guys were strong back in Dragon Ball.
Oh man! Come on, Gohan, take this seriously. Serious mode.
My lord, might I suggest more training and fewer naps?
All right, fine. I'll dance with you.
Oh my goodness, I wonder how that
Is this our first time being able to play as the angel?
I must.
You said reverse Uno.
Wow, scrumptious!
Seriously, I want you to hit me as hard as you can, Trunks.
I'll fight you with everything I have.
No idea how much stronger you can really get, Trunks. Give it time.
Somehow this trailer looks better than the last trailer.
Fall back, Trunks. Quickly.
It's the new map.
That's my favorite time waster. Bye-bye.
You know what? If Tekken don't want to put Waffle House on their games, they
what I
have
was
a
hoping.
chance to.
Let's have a little fun.
Go ahead and put it on
Does
there.
human life have no value to you, androids?
No more holding back. Take this.
Whoever you are, I'm not letting you ruin what's left of our future.
Isn't it? It's really crisp. The fact that future Gohan's arm is missing.
Oh, they are filling out the grid. Oh,
So
not like that.
yeah, I just noticed that too. So I'm thinking we were right the first time that this grid is gonna be filled with all characters.
Mm-hmm.
That is freaking incredible.
I can't wait.
Are you hyped for this?
I really am.
Yeah, that is a lot of characters.
And
They're gonna
remember,
go from Dragon Ball all the way to what's still on Super now?
yep, Sparking. It's what the new one's coming out soon too. Dragon Ball Super. I forgot what the name of
Bro,
it.
that's all. It's almost like 80 something characters.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of characters.
Do you think it looks great, but do you think it's going to be a great fighting game?
When you say great, I'm thinking you mean, is it going to be at Evo? No, I don't think it's going to be a balanced type of Evo competitive game. I think this is going to be one of those couch play with your friends, probably play online. I don't think there's going to be a tournament scene for it. And if there is, it's going to be, people are going to be upset with unbalanced players and everything. People are going to want to play as, like, let's say, for example, Piccolo, and we'll wonder why they're losing to what's it called, Goku, whatever. You know what I mean?
So I take that as a no.
I don't think it's going to be the great fighting game in tournament settings, but yes, it's going to be the most fantastical fighting game just to play amongst friends casually.
I just hope the servers will be good to hold up, because everybody's gonna be playing online.
True. Everybody.
I probably cop it. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. How could you not cop it? You know what I mean? it looks great. It looks really pretty. Like, I think that trailer looked more crisp. Like, even the stages looked better. I'm interested. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't have a release date yet, so I'm excited for the next bunch of characters they show.
I am too, but you know what else I'm excited for?
What's that?
I'm excited for this next story. Kotaku, Kingdom Hearts movie reportedly in the works. Kingdom Hearts Square Enix Disney cross Final Fantasy crossover has been around so long, it's surprising we haven't gotten some kind of animated series or film before now. Things got close at one point about 20 years ago, and you can find a rough animatic of the pilot featuring the original game's voice talent, but according to the rumors, something on a much bigger scale might be in the works over at Disney, an animated theatrical film. The source of this is Disney-centric outlet The Dis Insider. Site founder Skylar Schuler wrote about the Kingdom Hearts movie in a mailbag post, saying sources had told the site a film adaptation of the crossover RPGs could be heading to theaters in the future. The project started as something that would be released on Disney Plus streaming service, but the Dis Insider says more recently has heard the goal was to have something on the big screen. This lines up with another report from film industry insider Daniel RPK, who claimed a Kingdom Hearts adaptation was in the works at Disney on April 26. However, according to the Dis Insider, nothing has been greenlit, so this may still be another animated Kingdom Hearts project that goes nowhere. The notion of a Kingdom Hearts movie meant the general audience is hard to imagine. After all, following 2 decades of the series spinning its own complex lore, even if it started from the beginning and could ease viewers into the Disney World jumping idea. I still have a hard time picturing each Disney World getting adequate amounts of screen time in roughly 90 minutes. They could go the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children route of throwing any notion of the capturing of general audience out the window and make something that requires establishing knowledge, but Disney doesn't seem like it would take that kind of risk these days. What do you think, Yano?
I truly hope that they're not just tugging our chains here. I think that Disney has the opportunity. I truly hope Disney doesn't try to pull one over on us. They're doing all kinds of other projects. I think that if they don't capture the gaming audience, or their audience that has this IP, I really feel like they're missing the mark here.
Well, do you think this is going to be like, because I have very fond memories of the first Kingdom Hearts. I literally stayed up and played it straight through to finish, like nonstop over the week. Like when it came out, the weekend it came out, I played it nonstop until we finished it. Do you think this is going to be like how the original Kingdom Hearts was, where we're going to all the Disney worlds and running the Disney stories as Sora, and like, do you think that's what they're gonna do, or is this gonna be more focused on the actual Kingdom Hearts world? Because I think that world alone has a lot to offer without the inclusion of Disney. Like, obviously to have Sora, Donald, and Goofy and Mickey still there, but I don't want a remake. I don't want a movie that's adapted from the games. I want to see the world. Like I want to see I want to see the Keyblade Wars. I want to really be put into the Kingdom Hearts world.
Do you want to? So, all right, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to share with you what I want. I want to see this fully fleshed out then. And I don't know if it can be done in just one movie or two movies. They might have to do a cinematic universe type ordeal or a show.
So, according to the rumors, they're not trying to do like, they're trying to do a cinematic universe like MCU type shit.
Okay, it could be done in that setting. They cannot mess up, or it'll fall apart.
It's gonna be goofy.
Oh, I see what you did there.
They still Kingdom Hearts 3. We got a teaser trailer. It's like, all right, it's like a boo boo, and they just put out. We haven't heard anything else about that one. So how are they gonna put out?
Wait, is that 4? Kingdom Hearts 4.
4.
I'm sorry, 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't 3 come out?
Man, I haven't gotten there yet, so I forgot. I'm still on 2.5, I think, or whatever it is before 3.
I know.
I don't trust Disney.
I was about to say, Kingdom Hearts 4 is supposed to be on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Like, is this going to be at the tail end of its lifeline? And I think Kingdom Hearts 4 sets the standard. If you get into Kingdom Hearts 4, and that, because they're already so far along in that story where you're almost, the Disney parts of it are background noise. Like, yeah, you might show up in the worlds, and you might see the characters around, but it's not like, they're not the important parts of the story at this point. So I think Kingdom Hearts 4 game sets the precedence of what the movie is going to be. And I do think they fall into this thing of where you realize, like, all right, yes, they do go to different universes and Disney's involved, but this is about Sora and the Kingdom Hearts and the Keyblades and why this is so significant. I really do. Like, they have you got Organization 13. Like, come on. Like, there's a whole lot there.
It's a lot to it.
You could just fall into and be like, all right, I'm not here for the Disney. I'm here for Kingdom Hearts.
And Disney would be the background stuff, or the extension to it all.
Exactly.
I can see it. I want
Disney to ruin it.
You don't want Disney to ruin it?
Nobody can make the story make sense. But that's the thing, right? When people went to see Advent Children, a lot of people saw that movie and they didn't understand what they were watching, but they loved it.
True.
Don't put me out there like that.
See?
I think it can be done. And the reason why I think it can be done is because Disney does a fantastic job of bringing stories together. I really believe it could be done, but they can't rush it. So yeah, I'm okay.
They just need to bring the writers from X-Men 97. And I think we're good to go. I think that's it.
I need to watch that. I've been seeing memes. I'm like, hold on.
It's so good. I've been enjoying it.
So Lily, I'll say this.
I like it, Magneto in a thong.
Look, if you loved Fallout, you're 100% gonna love X-Men 97.
Wait, what is the correlation?
Because there's 2 shows that came out and the writing was so superb in them, and the pacing, like,
oh yeah, the pacing.
Even if you're not an X-Men fan, you're gonna be like, dang, this is great. Like,
I just gotta find some way to. Oh wait, I can watch it up here. I have sources that won't send an email that says, "Hey, someone's bootlegging."
So I'll tell you, with X-Men 97, it's been one of them things where, like, I've been like, dang, I don't know if anything could be better than the last episode. And then they come out with the next week's episode. I'm like, damn, how do the stakes just keep getting higher? And like, how are they keeping this pace? Like, it always feels like there's something at risk in every episode. You're like, God damn. It's good.
2025 is when it's coming out?
What is that? The movie?
The movie.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Maybe.
Oh, and then
I
that
wish.
that whole movie would definitely not make sense.
No, they need more time.
They've been making
We'll
it since,
see.
bro. Remember the movie was announced 20 years ago.
Oh, right.
There was talks about this movie 20 years ago. I'm sure they have some script lying around that they can gather up and
Coming
be like,
straight
all
to
right.
DVD.
Nah.
Or was it VHS at that time? VHS, that's what it is.
Yeah, dog, 20 years ago, that makes me feel terrible.
What are you telling?
Oh, I can't believe it's been that long. All right, next news story.
When did you graduate? Now think about that.
Oh no.
Not doing that either. This comes from VGC. Game publishers won't support libraries for preserving online games. As reported by game developer last week, ESA lawyer Steve England was asked about a theoretical scenario in which public libraries were permitted to preserve online video games after official support had concluded. In response, England said there was currently no combination of limitations that they would support to provide remote access. The ESA members include virtually every major game publisher, including Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, EA, and Take-Two. Currently, video game developers and publishers have no legal obligation to maintain access to online services beyond their official support. It also not concurrently legal for fans to resurrect online games that have been abandoned either. Although this hasn't stopped several fan efforts for older titles, this had led dozens of games to become completely unplayable, a number that only grows due to the prevalence of titles requiring an online connection, and in some case servers. England said that a physical location housing these games and allowing easy access isn't a solution in his opinion. He called this kind of access to titles insufficient progress. Mike Eyes, an advanced access control system attorney, took England's side, looking for more substance in any adjustment of the rules. Eyes said he would have concerns about verification when it comes to establishing physical locations that would preserve online titles, saying that it's not clear physical premises will actually be effective. In response to this, Video Game History Foundation director Phil Salvador said that public libraries are not best suited to preservation efforts due to a lack of manpower and the scale of the issue. So libraries won't host old video games for us. What is the solution for video game preservation?
That's a great question, because they won't. It's not where it's illegal to restore or store them ourselves. So does a company need to be created to work specifically with these publishers and companies to preserve these games? Does that need to happen?
Does it?
Because like they said, and it keeps growing, even more games are fading away. Soon people would just be like, remember that game from Rumbleverse from 2000 something? It was only around for like a year, if
Sonny?
That. What, Sonny?
I couldn't hear you.
No, people would say, "What? That game reminds me of this game from way back when."
So,
guess hard copy.
Pineapple says that's assuming that the company would share the rights to an IP for online preservation.
That's a good point.
How does cinema get preserved?
That's a great question. How does cinema films get preserved?
In a vault like Disney do it.
I was just about to say.
Now coming out the vault. Pocahontas. What do you mean coming out the vault? What? I had this on bootleg for years.
That joint was sealed, locked it.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh, the Library of Congress.
They keep the actual film, like the actual like film,
physical film.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand. Why can't there just be like the same thing at the Library of Congress, that every publisher has to be like, all right, send us this image of your game on this thing, and like I don't understand why we can't do that.
I bet you there's a bunch of legal problems behind it, but ultimately it just goes down to owning the rights or sharing the rights to their IP essentially.
Well, but that's the same thing with movies, though.
True, but then you would have to be giving it to the Library of Congress, which a lot of these games aren't even made here in the States.
I think it's I want to say it's probably more of a. I don't think that storing it's the problem. I think it's allowing people to access it. That's the problem.
Oh.
Because there's really no point in storing games if you can't access it, right? So I think that's the bigger issue that they're trying to solve. But I still would like to have a way for them to be stored for when we figure out a way for people to access it.
Very good point.
Interesting. I have a lot to think about.
Games are being lost by the year.
Shoot, by the second. You know, games come out every week.
True. Very good point.
Pineapple says, I think that's relevant to the copyright expiring and the IP entering public domain. How would that work for an MMO?
Ooh.
See, I mean, I think for an MMO, like, okay, I understand what you're saying with that, but the data files and everything can still be preserved to be used again later, right? I think the bigger issue is that it's not being preserved at all. So once it's gone, it's gone. Like the coding, everything's gone. If it gets deleted, let's say Blizzard goes out of business and they're just like, all right, you know what? Fuck World of Warcraft. Boop.
Gone.
It's gone. Like, what are we gonna do?
I'm sure they have a backup copy.
I'm sure somebody has. That's what I'm saying. If somebody has a backup copy, why can't there be a backup copy put in the Library of Congress? It doesn't have to be accessed. It can be vaulted at least for a time until we can figure out how and when it should be available for people to just access it.
Should it ever be available?
Why not? I think all information should be available. We live in some
all
dark
information.
Time. I think so.
This is a really good
Security.
Yo, drop them digits.
Your social security's already out there. I don't know if you really think you're protecting it. Somebody has it. It's already out there.
They took mine several times, unfortunately.
What was that? That life alert dude? It's like, use my social security, and someone actually hacked that joint. That life alert. What was that? LifeLock. That's what it was.
LifeLock.
That old ass commercial had the social security run up and down on that truck, and someone said, "All right, bet."
It's just whether your social security is worth using. That's the problem. If it ain't worth using, whatever. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'm now that my interest is peaked, I'm about to look and do some research about restoration, preservation, because I mean this video games is a fast industry, and if it doesn't happen now, we're gonna be missing a lot. I mean, shoot, with video games, I don't want to say they started only 40 years ago,
tops, maybe like 50 at tops.
Crazy. All right, moving on to our last story. Oh wait, I missed something. I did. We got 2 more stories. All right, so next story is going to be from Kotaku. Gears of War actor may have teased a new game is coming. Gears of War has been dormant for a while. The last mainline game in Xbox's much beloved third-person shooter series is 2019's Gears 5. Developer The Coalition also put out the strategy game Gears Tactics alongside Splash Damage in 2020. But in terms of a new shooter, things have been quite quiet for almost half a decade. That might be changing soon, as a tweet from one of the series' voice actors is hinting at a new Gears of War announcement this summer. Liam McIntyre, the actor who played Gears of War 4 protagonist and Gears 5 supporting character JD Phoenix, posted on X, formerly, man, why do we always have to say formerly Twitter, about entering the X-Men 97 Xbox sweepstakes to try and win the Xbox themed Xbox. Liam McIntyre said, "I have no idea. I think Gears of War tells us all in June." What? Okay, so are we getting a new Gears of War game or not? And do you even want it?
I do, but I can't even remember exactly what happened in the last one. It's been so long.
Everyone got blasted. That's all I remember. Blasted and chopped up in half. It was fun.
No
My
Asgarding.
oldest, when she was a baby, was like sleeping through that whole joint when I was playing.
Oh, it's
Great
been
time.
that long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a possibility it may be coming to Sony.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Oh,
Wait, what?
It's a possibility that it may be coming to the PlayStation.
I mean, why do you say that?
Well,
Xbox giving their Xbox pass to everybody.
it does seem that way.
We did that story a while ago.
And
no,
this
I get. Oh, so you're saying just because it's an Xbox IP that it's probably going to come to everything? I mean,
it's
that's cool.
Possible.
But do we want it?
I think a lot of the times, anytime I've heard someone who's like Xbox sucks and they enjoy their PlayStation, they're just like Xbox has no games, and then Xbox person says we have Gears. Okay, Gears is cool, but nothing else. And I'm just like, oh. Well, if that's the case, if it comes to PlayStation, then one, Xbox wouldn't have quote unquote anything based off of PlayStation fans, right? So I'm just curious if this title comes over there, PlayStation fans are gonna lose their mind. They're gonna, one, already enjoy it. This is right up their alley, and then two, it just does seem like a lot of Xbox titles are starting to go into the PlayStation field.
No, yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I don't really care if Gears comes or not. Like Gears was cool. It was a good game, but I feel like it's had its time. Maybe, I don't know, if they come out, they got to come out with something new and innovative. Cuz I don't think I want to play more Gears. I feel like I've been geared out.
Gears still has a large esports scene. It has a footprint there, so I could see this game reviving that field.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, let's see what they say in June, if they say anything, because we do got the Xbox showcase coming up soon, and I know they're going to be showing the new, or the Starfield. Starfield actually got a pretty huge update coming in May that people are excited about, and then the Shatterbreak expansion. So we'll see. Our last official news story before we get into honorable mentions. Jackbox. Good old Jackbox. And I really do want to do a game night for this. But this comes from GameSpot. While Jackbox Games has actually, let's just watch the trailer. I'm not even gonna. Yeah.
He said it like that. Like aggressive vibration there.
Right, knock you out the chair.
Hey everyone, Orc here, and we are back.
It's going to be a Jackbox Naughty Pack. Well, Jackbox Games has provided a lot of wholesome, family-friendly fun in recent years. Longtime fans have wondered what a spicier version might look like. During today's Xbox presentation, Jackbox Games announced it's answering the call with Jackbox Naughty Pack, which will bring spicy surprises this summer. The Jackbox Naughty Pack will include 3 new games with steamier themes than previously offered. In fact, they will become the first ever mature rated titles in Jackbox history. While no specific details were revealed about the 3 games, the Jackbox blog post says more details are coming this summer. Are you guys in? You guys into this?
Count me in. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm into it too. I'm glad. I've always wanted. I mean, let's be honest. Whenever people play Jackbox, it gets a little spicy anyway. Oh, what's Jackbox pineapple? So Jackbox is, dang, how do you describe it? It's like a set of like party games, like I'd say digital party
Mini
games.
Yeah,
digital party mini games, like and you can play from like anywhere, right? So like if I have Jackbox and I start a game, you could log in from your phone and play the game as well, or you can do it from like your browser. But yeah, it's a bunch of mini games. I'm trying to think, like, because they have all types of random games that are fun.
Drawful, where you get to draw what prompt was given
that's
to
great.
you.
Right.
And it'd be random, like beaver on the beach. And some people will take that literal, some will take it down south.
Right.
Or beaver on the beach.
And then each player will do whatever is required of the game, and then you like vote who has like the best one. It's not really like Fall Guys with trivia. It's hard to explain. Let me see.
I think the best way
there is a few with trivia, like with random, unimportant trivia.
like the diffusing of a bomb, working as a team to defuse a bomb. That was cool.
That was so stressful.
Quick
playing out while drinking, all thoughts, common sense is out the window.
It's hard to explain, but there's like a shitload of packs, and to be honest, like a lot of times on Epic Games, the packs will be free, but it's pretty much like party games, like a lot of different party games.
And only one person needs to own the game, and then everyone else can just sign in to play that game. And
they're on like number 10 now,
because they have like the game too, where like it shows like a commercial or something, or like an old film thing, and you have to voice out what they're saying and stuff. Yeah. Like games like that, and then you vote on who had the funniest shit. It's great.
It's a great party game. If you have people over, I think this would be a great what's it called, warm up to get everyone to talking and stuff.
Dying laughing.
And drinks.
Definitely that. So with that was our last official news story. We do have some honorable mentions. Let's go through a bunch of them. Capcom raises full year earnings forecast on better than expected game sales. Great. Gary's Mod Studio is removing 20 years of Nintendo uploads following DMCA takes down. Oh wait, is Gary Mods like an emulator site?
It's kinda. That's, I guess, it's hard to explain. Gary's Mod is basically a mod of Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 1, and allows for you to create mini games or mini content or films, short films, and all of that other stuff.
But it had a lot of Nintendo stuff in it.
Correct. And Nintendo put the hammer.
Yeah. Gary's Mod. I know what we're talking about. All right, Dragon Ball creator praises Sandland game from Beyond the Grave. Wait, how did this happen?
Huh?
Yeah, crazy. Legendary mangaka Akira Toriyama, character designer for Chrono Trigger and creator of Dragon Ball series, passed away March 2024. He was just 68 years old. Though he's gone now, publisher Bandai Namco has shared a note Toriyama wrote in January 2024 about developer ILCA Sandland, an action RPG based on the artist's manga of the same name, and he sincerely recommends you check the game out. So he wrote a note. No. It says, I haven't watched through all the gameplay yet. However, it greatly expands the worldview of the original manga with many new exciting elements. It is high quality as a standalone game, and I can tell it is a highly satisfying action RPG game. First of all, the graphics have an excellent balance of the atmosphere of the manga and its drawing style. The representation looks great. The game will surely provide you an exciting experience with a genuine sense of design and attention to detail, from the many new vehicle designs, various customizations, as well as background design. In the game, there is not only the world of Sandland, but also a new world called Forestland with new characters which were not in the manga. You can enjoy a more substantial story and a vast map to adventure while playing as a field prince. I myself can only play casual games, but I do check out the trending games my family plays, and I think I know a little something about them even for an old man. I seriously recommend this game, Sandland. So he wrote a note before he passed. Pretty dope.
Nice.
Double Dragon Heroes elbow their way into River City Girls 2 this summer. I take it that they're DLC for River City Girls. Funny. Rumor leaker teases Splinter Cell remake features. Any notable features in this article?
Not that I saw that stood out.
It doesn't even matter. Let's just get this. Let's just get this Splinter Cell first. And then we'll.
Let's hope it just comes out.
Right. Intense arcade racer Distance is finally coming 10 years later to both PS5 and PS4. Arc World's Tour 2023 winner Varix is making an appearance at EVO 2024. TikTok ban bill signed into law by Biden, forcing possible sale of the company. Fallout reaches 5 million players in one day. Of course, probably because of the show. Fortnite Festival has added support for Rock Band 4 guitar controllers. Embracer Group announces plans to split into 3 separate companies. I did hear about this last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. They're splitting into 3 companies. It's still bad news. It's just like delaying the inevitable. StarCraft lead teases new RTS and documentary with reveal coming at Summer Game Fest. Ooh. We might get a new RTS. Okay. Here's hoping. Blizzard is seeking a handful of directors to work on an unannounced game. Sony confirms Little Big Planet 3 shut down months after it was temporarily taken offline. Telltale Games releases new screenshot of Wolf Among Us 2 alongside development update. Fortnite's Battle Royale mode was designed during an Uber ride. Wow. Oscar allows films to compete in both international animated feature categories. Akuma rages into Street Fighter 6 on May 22nd. Square Enix expects a loss of $140 million from canceled video game titles. I did see this. They are canceling a whole bunch of games and they're just taking the loss with they're like right to the chin. They're like, whatever. We need to focus on other shit. Star Wars 4v4 Hero Shooter is coming to Switch and mobile in June. Scooby-Doo live action series is coming to Netflix. Wait, what?
Huh?
Live action series coming to Netflix. Scooby-Doo.
I know it was one on YouTube that I checked out like one episode like last year.
The Velma
after that,
one?
I forgot about it.
No, wait. No, we did that on the podcast. It was like a fan-made film.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, and it was
Kiara Please on it.
Right.
Yes.
I wonder if they were able to get the deal with Netflix to do it.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Dave & Buster's bets that you want to be. Wait, Dave & Buster's bets that you want to bet on arcade games. Probably. Probably.
Maybe.
Take-Two reportedly shutting down 2 studios as part of latest layoffs. More bad news. Players can now join parties via QR code. I guess that's cool. I mean, it's cool. Pop culture mashup game Funkin' Fusion gets September release date. Unity appoints former EA and Zynga executive as new CEO. America's first and only official One Piece cafe gets early look at themed menu and food. New fan-made set lets you play Tetris with Lego bricks. Pretty cool. Is this like a... Oh, it's like... Okay, hold on. It's like a real life Tetris. Like battleships. That is pretty cool. I like that. Wait, you just gotta pick up the pieces that pop up on the thing. That's cool. Interesting.
That is.
Next one. Game of Thrones MMO reportedly developed. Alright, hold on. If there is Game of Thrones, let's talk about this for a second. A Game of Thrones MMO. Right. Wait.
What house would you be?
Wait, now do you want this and why?
I mean, if it comes out, I'd try it. But do I want it? Not necessarily. But I think I would definitely be Stark. Yeah. House Stark.
So yeah, it's currently in development by Nexon, a South Korean publisher. I'm okay. I'm okay. We don't need this. We don't need it, guys. It's okay.
We don't need
Because honestly, look, Game of Thrones was great for what it had. House of Dragons is cool, but it's kind of I'm thinking it's like an MMO. Like, what would really be? God, they'd have to make a whole new
Riding
story.
Dragons.
You do that in every MMO. Now, but what would be the thing that makes me be like, all right, I need to play this MMO? Like, what?
Protecting your land, protecting the North,
No,
defending the wall.
Oh, it sounds terrible. I'm not for this. I'm not for it. We'll see though. I mean, it could surprise you. It could for sure. This is pretty cool. This on IGN. Go inside Airbnb's real life X-Men 97 mansion, complete with danger room and more. I think this is pretty interesting. All right, so they have Airbnb. It looks like the school for the gifted.
That's cool.
Oh, this is like mock-ups of what they're planning it to be?
I think so, but there's real videos of people already visiting the house, and this is what it looks like for real.
Oh,
I just don't know where they
hold
would
on.
sleep.
Wait, your stream is showing the Sandland.
Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry, guys.
I was like, wait.
Let me see the stream. How do we fix this?
Ooh, you broke it.
I got too many windows open, man.
Oh no.
I can't even say anything about that because the way my phone tab is working right now.
What am I showing? Sandland?
Yes, Sandland showing.
Where's the Sandland?
I was like, wait. So I had to switch over. I was like, oh.
Why are there so many tabs open? Here we go. All right. Okay.
There you go.
It threw me off at first. So this is a real house, which is crazy. Yes. Okay. And I thought this
head right there.
I thought this was a mock-up, but this is real.
Yes.
The stuff is
got it to look.
It's painted
animated.
to look like animated. Yes. This is real.
Hella skills.
Yeah, because the backpack here is real. The rollerblades here, all this stuff is real.
What's stopping somebody from taking that stuff though when you stay there?
I'm sure they have it. I'm sure they have an inventory of everything, and you sign the policy. This is crazy.
Where do you sleep?
In the beds. People got bed. All the X-Men had their own room.
You would sleep in that bed? That does not look comfortable.
It looks like a bed.
Wolverine's bed, for our listeners, does not look comfortable.
It's probably the sheets being really fluffy. He's a hard ass man. He needs some fluff in his life.
You know what? Right. His spine regenerates. Good point.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, he can.
So because this is what threw me off when I saw this picture. I was like, wait a minute, those gumballs look real as shit. What the hell? And then I realized, oh, this is real.
Yeah, Jubilee's room looks the best in my opinion. It has the arcade too, the X-Men arcade.
I wonder how much it is to probably be a lot.
You know what, Lily? That's a good point. I bet you it costs a couple hundred.
100 what?
A night? A couple hundred.
Oh, I'm probably costing more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a G?
Like you must pay for your nostalgia.
You're paying for your nostalgia.
This is really cool.
It is.
Now let me see the wheelchair. I'll probably get arrested because I'm.
Look at Cerebro. Oh my god, this looks dope.
We should stay there at least one night.
Tomorrow.
Do a podcast from there.
They got Wolverine's claws across the alarm clock.
That's how I feel when my shit go off too.
It's $97 a night. That's not bad. I bet you they're booked until next year.
Book it, Pineapple. And then you got the Sentinel head. This is crazy dope.
That is cool.
Where is it?
The old Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Hard
house.
pass.
Where is it located at, actually?
That money is New York.
Oh, Newcastle, New York. Okay.
Newcastle, New York.
This is pretty dope. That's cool.
That sounds like a place where Stephen King will write his scary movies. I don't know about that.
Cool. And I think that was our last honorable mention.
Oh, it was?
So that is the end of the show, guys.
Wow. Man, great podcast.
Great.
From our listeners, would love to hear what was your favorite topic on tonight's podcast?
Yeah, we didn't even do a question of the day either, because I forgot about it. But before we get out of here, I'm gonna do games coming out this week. You got El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron HD remaster on Switch. Did y'all hear that?
That's my dishwasher. Sorry.
Oh.
I was hoping nobody else would hear that, but then y'all got quiet. I'm like, oh, well.
I was like, wait a minute, what is that?
Singing.
I said, do I got something playing in the background? We got background music now? Cool. It's like the games coming out this week. Show tune. All right. Braid Anniversary Edition comes out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, Mac. Bro, it was so clear too. That's the crazy part. April 30th. Front Mission 2 Remake on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One on PC. That came out on the 30th. I remember Front Mission. Sea of Thieves, PlayStation 5. So now Sea of Thieves is on PlayStation, April 30th. Endless Ocean Luminous is on Switch, May 2nd today. Indica is on PC today. Madison is on PlayStation VR 2 today. MotoGP 24 is on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, P4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC today. And then Surmount is on Switch and PC today as well. That's it, y'all. That's games coming out. If you want more content from these two lovely people hosting with me, where can they find you, Yano?
You can find me, Yano, over at NK_YanoNick. That's over at X, or formerly known as Twitter.
Formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you say that.
Not trying to get no lawsuits out here. Or you can find me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/YanoNick. Lily, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Lily Masumi. You can find me on the tweets at Lily Masumi. And here on the podcast. And where can we find you, BTG?
Oh, you can find me right here like you always can on the After Hours Arcade podcast. And make sure you guys check out our Twitter, formerly known as, X, formerly known as Twitter. Chat with us on there. Like, I'd love to get some interaction with you guys. We want to respond to all the tweets. Love it. Check us out. And thank you guys for joining us and supporting us like you always do. Like, it's been a journey with the whole rebranding and everything. I'm excited for the future as always. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Tanu. I feel like I don't know if you're first time here, but thank you for joining us. And I hope to see you next time for sure. And then also remember, this has been After Hours Arcade Podcast, where gamers discuss gamer things every Thursday live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/After Hours Arcade. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.